Many people say that we should be present, but very few explain why we should do so. Like, what are the actual benefits of being present? And this is what I'd like to talk about here today. Hello, darlings. I hope you're having a good day so far. Today, I am going to talk about the benefits of being present because being present is a prime spiritual ability and state. But if you don't believe in spirituality, being present is like being in the zone where we are completely being ourselves, fully being here, now, in presence time. And if you are religious, being present is like letting the forces of God guide us along the way. Being powerfully present occurs when our perceptions, intentions, visions, mind, body, soul, environment are in the here and now and are in a continuous presence time alignment. And there are so many benefits to being present. And that's why I'm so excited about this topic today, because we love to talk about mindfulness and mindfulness practices, but a lot of us still don't really understand the benefits of being present so that we can really pursue those practices and become better at being present. Not surprisingly, most people spend less than 3% of their time in the present moment. Being present is an experience where we feel big, powerful, yet at peace with who we are, what we want, and how we can do it, regardless of what other people are doing or what situation we are facing. It is when we are the most authentic and the past and the future are not relevant. We actually begin to notice how often we are in the past and the future. We live in the past and the future. Once we become aware of our thoughts, feelings, or moods that we are having in every single moment, and where our attention is, and the content of our thoughts, feelings, and moods at any given time. So, as you can already tell, we can learn a lot about ourselves when we are being present. But being present is actually not that easy because we are constantly dealing with our ego and its powerful ways of wanting to be in control. We are not even aware that we are not being present, and that's the biggest obstacle of all. We like to be in control over what's happening. We're trained to do so since birth. And failure to control is what makes us tense and stressed. But in order to fully be present, we must learn how to control that which is actually in our control, which are our thoughts, our feelings, our visions, and our actions. Other aspects of living are not completely under our control, like traffic, the weather, an angry boss, or a happy spouse. But when we are present, we know and can take responsibility on those things that we can control, and we let go of what we can't. Then we will take wiser, decisive action without letting what happens next make ourselves feel bad or unhappy with what's happening each and every moment. The thing is, being present takes practice And I definitely encourage meditation and other mindfulness practices in order to train our minds to become more present. So don't hesitate to listen to the podcast where I talk about mindfulness here, okay? As mindfulness has the most important role in psychological well-being. Nonetheless, today I'm here to go over the several benefits we can experience when we are in the here and now. So let's go over them. The most noticeable benefit that we experience when we become more present is that we don't feel self-conscious. We feel relaxed and at ease, even when unpleasant surprises come at us. We are connected to who we are, with our visions, plans, and what we are doing, without second-guessing ourselves or others. We also perform better and feel good along the way, because you're generally nervous, irritated, and stressed out when we are consumed by thoughts about the past or the future, like what might happen, how someone is screwing up, what someone did to us, for example. Then those outside events will no longer define our feelings or self-worth. We just feel centered and grounded. We also experience better concentration and focus, better execution and attention to details. And because of all of that, we're able to work much smarter. Our listening and memory skills are improved too, and that leads to better conflict resolution and an increased ability to learn. We can also better distinguish what is important and what is not, as we enjoy clearer and wiser decision making. These happen because all our mind and heart are focused on is what's happening now, uncluttered by nervous, even panicky thoughts and fears about what we or others should be saying or doing. In addition, when we are in consistent and effective alignment, we achieve greater harmony with our partners and basically everyone around us. Our physical health and energy are improved. We tend to laugh more and be more playful. We are more honest and more open communicators. And because of that, we enjoy a greater capacity for genuine emotional connection with others. Life and relationships with people become easier and more fun as a result of being more present. We also enjoy increased confidence and higher emotional intelligence, as you can tell by now. And other benefits are cravings become obvious and easier to overcome, because all we have to do to quit smoking, for example, is to notice when we're having a craving and respond to it by doing anything else other than putting a cigarette in our mouth. Or at least we can figure out how to better deal with that triggered impulse because we're more aware of it. It actually takes the edge off physical pain, because turning our awareness towards the feeling on the location of the pain instead of turning away from that sensation, it makes it easier to bear. Because when we turn away from the sensation of pain, we get mixed with resentment, blame, and other kinds of mental neediness. That is what makes pain into suffering. But when we put our attention right into the pain, it's remarkable how it takes the edge off it. It's still pain, but we know we're handling it, if that makes sense. Working out gets a lot easier, as when we're actually doing it, we're never required to do more than a single moment's action, and it becomes more fun too. Big projects stop being scary, as for the same reason that we can't actually do a whole workout, we can't actually do a whole project. All projects consist of single actions, and that is much easier to manage. And then we can zoom out when we need to get a good perspective over it. Food tastes better and we eat less of it. Like when we pay full attention to all the sensations of eating, and when we take the time to sit down and be in the moment, the food tastes better and we become satisfied sooner. The world becomes amusing again, as if you were a child. Because as we become adults, we learn to live less and less in the moment and more in our thoughts about the world. But when we come back to the present moment, we let go of our thoughts about life situations and its significance. Everything becomes unique, enjoyable, beautiful again. We can figure out what's bothering us very easily because we can easily identify the thought that set us off. And so we automatically notice the sensation in our stomach in the moment somebody does something we don't like, for example. We become less attracted to passive entertainment like TV or social media. Because when we are in the here and now, we break free from our thoughts throughout the day. And so we no longer seek other types of distractions like social media or TV as a therapeutic way to escape. Deadlines, debts, and obligations don't hang over everything else we do, and we become less stressed over them because we learn to clear our minds of thoughts that we are not going to act on right now. And with some practice, we begin to realize that it's safe to do that and tackle those issues at the right time. We also become more patient because we are more aware of what's in our control and the things that are not. And finally, meeting other people triggers fewer feelings of inferiority and superiority because we get better at seeing others' humanity as their social position and visual cues start to matter less. And we begin sharing a sense of equality and oneness. So, darlings, in summary, being more present is exciting, adventurous, and tremendously rewarding. Noticing our thoughts and the resulting habits that come from them is the first and biggest key to learning to be more present. We will notice the payoff when in social, business, and love life situations. When we are more present, we allow the being to drive the doing, and we get more aligned with our soul and who we really are. I hope you enjoyed today's podcast. Don't hesitate to visit our website at churchofglio.org for more information about our teachings and directions. And I'll see you on the next one. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.